Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. All right, cut it out. All right, there you go. That's terrible. Okay, that was pretty drastic of a change. Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome Tuesday to Java with Jim. It's always Java with Jim because I always have a cup of Java, right? Call myself the Java junkie. You know, they sent me out to Maxwell House to dry out, but it didn't work out. I fell off the wagon right away. Maxwell House. Yeah, so what's going on in the Amazon influencer world this week? Do you remember the the Inspire tab? Back a little while back, there was uh, there was a tab where they were trying to compete with TikTok, and they wanted everybody to upload short videos, vertical short videos, and they were trying to promote this. It would be on your mobile app, and you could scroll through, and they were supposed to suggest products to you based on your searches and stuff like that. I don't know if they ever did that, but it kind of fell off, lost interest. They lost interest in it. But apparently, okay, I've heard that, not in Google, so I haven't seen it myself. I've seen videos of it, but there's a new vertical feed, a new carousel where it's not on in the Google search engine, right? So you gotta, I don't know if it's MSN or whichever other search engines it is, but they're there. So and there's photos and there's vertical videos. So anybody that's still doing vertical videos, there is a place for it now, apparently, and I guess it's going to roll out into Google eventually. But yeah, a new carousel right there where vertical feed can go. Now, still I think horizontal is the way to go. Horizontal. Most brands want horizontal, and we're going to talk more about brand videos in a bit. But yeah, they want horizontal. Most of them, I would say 99.9, 100% of them have wanted horizontal videos. I can't remember. I think on Fiverr one time I was asked for verticals, but I think they wanted the rights, so I don't think they were using it on YouTube. But anyhow, that's neither here nor there. But I was talking about my new Fiverr gig, right? I'm teasing you about the new Fiverr gig. Well, there's a new place, right? And I've always wanted to figure out a way to start swinging from Chinese sellers to American sellers, right? Just for times like the tariffs and any times that the product pipeline slows down from China because of whatever reason, clogs in the harbor, can't get through the Panama Canal, who knows, the Suez Canal, whatever goes on with all the crap that goes around on the world. It's nice to have a backup plan and have some, U.S. sellers that you do business with. And I figured out a way. I was watching some seller videos, and there was a conference for sellers, right? And I can't remember the name of the conference. I didn't write it down, but it's a conference for sellers. They go and they learn how to sell on Amazon, FBA, and they do something called PPC, pay per click ads for their products on Amazon. You might see sponsored ads, on Amazon, and now they're putting videos in there, so they can actually put 5 videos per product in a sponsored ad. And that's going to start a new form of income for us as Amazon influencers to showcase we've already got all the setup. We already got the skills. We already got the camera. We already got, like I said, the skills, the experience. So the American sellers, I'm testing it out because, where do you find them? They're not in the Facebook groups, right? They're not in the Chinese seller Facebook groups. So Fiverr gig, that's how you test the waters these days. You put up a Fiverr gig, and I already had three inquiries about it, but they didn't pan out because of prices and not exactly a good fit. But yeah, so what it is it's a horizontal video that they want, a 16.9, and there's a bunch of different parameters or requirements for the video and everything like that, and so there's a way for them to do it. And so if you could figure out what the parameters are, what the right way to make the video is so it'll pass. The other thing too is it's got to be 720, so it's got to be certain frame rate per minute. Amazon is always dumbs it down, so you got 1080p, you got 4K. Amazon's at 720, right? So if you're giving them high quality videos, they're going to get denied from Amazon. So you get nice 720p videos at the frame rate they're asking for. And you make videos for these people, and guess what? They're not $10, $20, $50 videos. American sellers, you're talking 500,000, 1,500, 2,500 for these videos. But of course, these videos have to be a little bit more high quality. They're a little bit more like a commercial. They're a little bit more like the TikToks with the zoom in and the spinning stuff and the smoke and the mirrors and all that kind of stuff. So there's all kinds of different methods and madness and strategies for it. But so I'll let you know as it comes around, to going on the Fiverr gig, if I start getting making any money on the Fiverr gig. But that's called, I didn't change the thing. It's called product sponsored videos, and that's for the PPC ads that they sell or they buy for their products on Amazon. Now, pay per click, that Google has pay per click. Just about they all just have the pay per click. Google has pay per click. So it's whenever someone clicks, you have a placement and you have a view, and if someone clicks it, that's that. So, but product pay per click. So they are going to put the video up there, and it gets put right on top of the search. So if someone searches, Bluetooth speakers, and the JVC Bluetooth speaker has a video, that'll be popped up sponsored #1, right? And then there'll be a bunch of other sponsored ones, and then there'll be the search results, right? So most people don't realize that that's all sponsored stuff at the top. Most sellers aren't savvy, and they don't realize that's all sponsored stuff, and they go for the top one thinking that's the best one, that's the one Amazon recommends. But it's not the one Amazon recommends, it's the sponsored video, right? So it's the sponsored product. So but to get that placement, you got to get. So I made the Fiverr gig so that I can reach out to American brands that are looking to do pay-per-click, that need videos for this new product sponsored video. They can put 5 videos per product in this supposed ad, right? And like I said, not just anybody can do it, because you have to know how to work with Amazon, what frame rate, what 720p. If you go live on Amazon, you can't go live at 1080, right? You got to go live at 720. So if you know all of that stuff about Amazon, how to get the videos approved, you can go ahead and do that and go on Fiverr and start a Fiverr gig and charge them. Like, I don't like to throw out numbers, right? Because I'm still testing the water. But Fiverr, you got 3 stages. You get your basic, your standard, and you get your premium levels, right? Gigs. So I'm starting out at 100. Oh, no, actually it's 200, 250, and 300, I think. All right, depending on what they want, right? And I add a little bit to it, video rights and all kinds of stuff like that. But exclusive rights to Amazon, that I won't use the video footage for something else, stuff like that. But the product sponsored videos is something I'm testing, and I'll let you know how that works out in the future, right? So the next thing, we got the next topic, right? Now, accepting the brand deals, right? The funny thing is, when the brand deal part of it, you got to do the brand deal part of it. What's going on here? All right, nothing big. So anyway, accepting brand deals on products that don't sell. I've been saying it lately, and let me see if I pull it up here. I got it. Do I have it? Where do I have it? There it is. Right? If it's not selling, it's crap. So like for years and years, the past 4 years, I've been accepting products, free products and paid products. And I have pages and pages on my storefront of products that I rank in the top and bottom carousel. But the products get no sales. So it didn't do me any good in the long run to be just doing product brand deals, right? For $50 or less, right? Because now I'm at a point where I'm not getting that daily commissions, because just about every product that I have for the past 4 years has been a cheap Chinese not selling product. I mean, I do have a couple of sellers. I do make some money. I don't want to make it sound like I don't make any money, but from where I am and where I should be, my on-site sales should be a lot higher than they are per day, and it's time to start doing something about it. So we had the live stream last week. We talked about the strategies of turning the ship around, and not relying on just one strategy, right? It's like you can't just rely on one thing. So whether it's just on-site, off-site, brand deals, whatever it is, you should do it all. You shouldn't just focus on one thing, because when I turn my attention to brand deals, and I still do brand deals, but when I turn my focus on to just doing brand deals mainly, I realized that my daily sales, everything was not selling. Nothing was selling. There was not a bestseller in the bunch, right? And that hurts in the long run. And it might even hurt, because as far as Amazon's concerned, if you're not getting watch time, it could be the same thing with the algorithm. If your videos aren't getting watch time, and it could be averages, right? Your average view time based on how many videos you have. So if you have pages of videos that get no views, it'll hurt you in the algorithm, because, based on your average, you would be very low, right? So that's a problem. That's a big problem. So what do you do about that, right? So the product pipeline is always a problem, whether you're getting paid deals from sellers, right, or whether you're buying products, which I'm really against buying products, but I'm starting to do it. I'm starting to reinvest some of my brand deal earnings and putting that into products per week. And using the tools. We'll talk about that later. And making good decisions, right? Making good decisions, but accepting brand deals on products that don't sell. So now I ask them what to sell. If there's times where you can go and check out the product and it'll tell you what the monthly sales are. And if you have certain tools, it'll tell you what the sales are. But you can always ask them, because then that puts them on their heels, and they're like, okay, wait a minute, this guy's talking, business. He's just not looking for a free product, because I've got closets and garage full of free products. What I need is either to be paid, or I need a chance to make commissions on the product, because if it's not selling, it's crap. Like I said before, if it's not selling, it's crap. And if you're doing brand deals, you should, don't take my advice, right? Don't listen to what I say you should do. But I'm starting to feel that the right thing to do is only if they're selling, right? Because if they don't have sales records, you're not going to have any chance of making any commissions going down the road. And then your on-site sales are going to be crap, and that's the big problem. So you have to have sellers. You have to have seller products that sell, or you're not going to make any money. And Amazon's not going to be happy with you. And when that happens, you lose, right? So that leads me into reinvesting. So I was talking about reinvesting some of the brand deal profits that I'm making, right? Back into buying products. And I've got my own, parameters of what I want to do, my own, how much range, how many sales a month, how many videos in the carousel, and I'm using tools to vet them out and figure out what's what. But here I'm finding out the tools, as good as the tools are, all right, they're not a guarantee, because I've already bought something, right? Well, let's not talk product specifics, but I bought something that had one video in the upper carousel, brand video, great. Had 3,500 sales a month, great. So go ahead, make a purchase. It was in my range of my price, right? Under $50 right now, and made the purchase, and made the video within 3 days, made the purchase, got it delivered, made the video, right? And all of a sudden, now there's 7 videos there. By the time I got my video up, there were 7 videos there. So, and that's not the tool's fault, because that's everybody using the tool and everybody figuring out that was a good product. Now I do rank with the product, but it was just a point of, it's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee. Just because it has 1 video today, tomorrow it could have 7. So, you're purchasing stuff and you're hoping that it averages out, because you're going to have losers, you're going to have winners, right? So, and when I had the average guy on a couple of weeks back, and he was the amount that he paid, he's paying thousands of dollars a month on products, and he's in the black. He's making a lot of money, almost $300 a day. I see him every so often. He's on he's on Instagram telling you what his dailies is, and he's like 250 to 300 a day, and that's his strategy. He doesn't do brand deals. All he does is purchase products, and he uses the tools to do that. Right now, and I asked him point blank, how many of those products fail? Quite a bit, but it averages out in the end, and he's doing all right. So, I mean, do you have the stomach for that? That was like, I just was watching, I watched a video on going on a cruise, right? Because we're going on a cruise in February, but the woman was getting comped for the whole cruise. Like you go to Atlantic City or Vegas, you get comped the room because you're a gambler. So she was getting comped the whole cruise, right? And I was trying to figure out how she was doing it. And turns out she was putting $40,000 through the machines on the cruise. She gambled $40,000. Now she won a lot of that back, right? So she didn't lose 40,000, but she put 40,000 through the machine. So the machine counts, see how much she's gambling. And then they sent her, she had a big balcony suite for the next cruise for free because she's a big gambler. So, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's get off that subject. That's something else entirely, right? But you got to reinvest in the business is what I'm saying. So, whether it's in your methods, in your experience, in your equipment, or if it's reinvesting and buying products, right? But you got to do it smart. And like I told you last week when I was going through my mistakes, how I said I had gotten a credit card specifically to make products. I figured I'll get the credit card and I'll just solely use it for product purchases, and I'll pay the credit card off with the commissions from the products. Sounded like a great idea, but this was back before there was tools, right? We didn't really have tools back in the Wild West days, and so I made some bad decisions, and I lost some money. But that's why I'm against buying. But I'm on the fence where you have to buy some. So I'm testing it out. I'll let you know. There'll be more to report as we go along. And of course, we're talking about using these tools to make good decisions. We didn't have the tools at the beginning. I never had the tools when I first started, so I made a lot of bad decisions. And now there's tools. Now there's at least 3 good tools out there. And I use Viral Vue. I'm a big proponent of Viral Vue, just because it does a lot for the price. And if you saw some of my other videos, for me, it pays for itself over and over again. I mean, it's $80 a month for the pro plan, but you'll get 10% off with my link and code if you do that. But if you're making an extra, let's say you're making an extra $300 a month by using the tool, it's worth it because you only paid $80 for it, right? So that's how you gotta think in the business. But so I mean, I'm making a lot more than $300 off of it, right? Between the creative connections and turning creative connections into paid deals. Now that's fun too, right? Talking to the guys there, letting them know what you do, letting them know that this is a business. We'd love to help you out. Like I'd go live sometimes. I'd try to go live on Black Friday and Prime days and stuff like that. I try to sell placements in a live stream, and I do all right doing that. But I've done that in Creative Connections where, I've got your product already. I'm going to be going live. Would you like to buy a placement in the live stream? And most of them say yes, and they're going to get a free shoppable video out of it because I always chop up the live stream into shoppable videos, which is always a plus. So they get the live stream placement and they get the shoppable video for one price, which is a pretty good deal. Or you can sponsor the whole live stream, right? And send me 20 or 30 products, and I'll go through the live stream in an hour and a half, 2 hours. But using the tools to make good decisions. The tools are really good now, right? But like I've said before, they're not foolproof. They're not foolproof. So like I said, I bought the product that had one video. By the time I got it delivered, and I did the video, 3 days. 3 days. Bought the product, got it delivered, did the video, and uploaded it. It took 3 days, and there were 7 videos by the time I got it up there, rather than the one video that it said there when I decided to buy the product. So, like I said, I do rank up there, so it's not a bad deal. But you got to use the tools smartly, okay? You don't want to use them, and if you have a YouTube with a niche, try and stick to the niche, and you'll get more sales that way. You'll get more offsite sales anyway with that. Um, always cross promote and put your stuff on YouTube if you haven't done that already. All right. Talk about making good decisions. Yeah. So we were talking about turning the ship around. I was talking about it. So for the past, 4 years, four and a half years, I've been doing this, and the channel was basically meant to explore different ways to make money online. So by default, I was always checking different methods and different strategies and ways to do it. So I was always bouncing around, not sticking to one thing. But Amazon was always changing too. So I couldn't tell if it was me making the change or Amazon making the change that was making me not grow. And of course, thinking that Amazon's capping my views, capping the clicks, capping the views, whatever, and keeping you at a steady, commission rate. I don't know how they do it, but they seem to do it. How to go about building up that on-site so that it could be like what the average guy does, like with $250, $300 a day. Now that would be a great goal to have, right? So how do you get there? So how do you get there is by having products that are selling on Amazon that you're going to get like $5 to $10 a month commissions off of. And by the time you have 1,000 videos on there, that's when you're going to be, like, I don't want to pull up the calculator and start doing the math, but it's all about math, right? So you got to figure out what do you want to make and how much do you have to make per day and how much per product you have to do, because how many products can you do a day? Let's say you can do 3 products a day, right? But that's if you have a product pipeline to get 3 products a day that are going to rank and get you on there. So, I mean, if you're doing your own purchasing, you have more control. But if you're just getting brand deals and you're getting free products, you're at the mercy. And even creative connections, you're at the mercy because they're sending out a lot of products to creators. So same thing when you think you're getting a good deal where, that product only has 2 videos. By the time Creative Connections sends out all the samples to everybody, there could be 20 people making videos, right? Who knows how many samples they put on the side to send in Creative Connections, 50, 100, who knows how many people are there doing it. And when you get it, you think it's a good product, but maybe it's not by the time you get it. Especially if you waste time and don't get the video out there right away. Like I got a stack of stuff over here that I should really be doing instead of this. But I can't help myself. But can you turn it around? So we're taking some of the money from the brand deals that I'm getting and I'm making good money on brand deals. For what I'm working full time again, so it takes a little bit out of me, and of course a little more tired than I used to be, and so I'm taking some of the money from the brand deals, reinvested it into products, and that little bit of products I'm testing the waters to see, and if a good percentage of those products are winners from the methods that I've done and the parameters that I've set as to what I think a winning product is. And if I start doing it right, I might scale that. That might be scalable, right? That might be scalable. So that's the plan. And it's already doing what I think it's doing because over the past week and a half, my commissions are getting better. We're getting bigger. Now, I don't know. Obviously, it's Q4. It's November. But usually the week or two before Black Friday, it gets quiet. Usually before everybody stops spending money because they know Black Friday's coming, right? And they're like, okay, that whole weekend they go crazy, but they're not going to make unnecessary purchases that the week before Black Friday usually. But that's what we're doing. We're going to turn the ship around. We're going to spend some time with that, and hopefully, I've got some good news to report, right? And then, okay, the old focus group that I've been trying and doesn't seem to be taking off, but that's all right because I got the space for free, and it was part of my commissions or payment for doing videos for the software. So I have the space for free to do it. So I figured I'd make a place that creators can hang out and talk, and it's open right now. If 2 people wanted to go there and hang out, they can go there and hang out and open up their mics and cameras and talk and hang out. I don't have to be there. It doesn't have to be 9 o'clock on Sundays. You can go there just about any time. And if you say, hey, Joe, meet me there, and I want to show you something, you can actually share a video and say, this video keeps getting rejected. Any idea why? Or, whatever you want to do, you can do it in there. And so my vision was for Sunday nights, 9 o'clock, put the kids to bed, and sit down and grab yourself a hot cocoa or a coffee, and let's talk shop. Let's talk about the program. No gurus involved, just a bunch of guys and girls that are in the program, doing the program, and what's working, what's not working. What am I trying this week? What did I do this week? What brand deals did I get? How many deals did I make? Whatever it is, motivate other people, answer questions. What camera do you use? What light do you use? How, what microphone do you use? What action camera do you use? What wireless mic do you use? So, these things get thrown around in these groups, and people figure out what other people are using, helping everybody out. So like, a rising tide raises all boats. Now, like a lot of people say, why do you want to give away the store? Why do you want to, help competition? And see, I think that the more good influencers there are, the better the program is going to be, and the more Amazon is going to put into it. Because the more bad players there are, more bad actors, people that don't follow through with create a connection videos, people who cheat the system, steal videos, people who do all kinds of things against terms and services and gets closed down. All of those people make it harder for the rest of us, because Amazon's eventually going to focus on it, say this is getting out of hand, right? And they're going to focus and start closing accounts. So my thing is, let's all be good. Let's all learn the rules. Let's all play by the rules. Let's all play by the same rules, and make the program better. If the program is better for me and you, it's better for everybody, right? It's those bad actors that make it bad for everybody else. The ones that are doing all the stuff, taking videos in the store and stuff like that, all kinds of bad stuff, showing the product listing in the video and not showing the product, that how many times you see that going on, or just out and out stealing other creators' stuff. That goes on every day, and it's kind of ridiculous. So we talk about all that kind of stuff. We share about all that kind of stuff. Well, we hope to. I get one or two people here or there pop in, but we haven't really gotten a group together. Would really like to get a group together of people who would like to discuss. Even if you're new, you don't have to have much to bring to the table, but an open mind. And because what I find is somebody will say something, it'll trigger somebody else. That'll trigger somebody else. And next thing you know, we're talking about something completely different. We're all going, oh my God, we just figured something out that no one ever thought of, right? So, and that happens more often than you think. And that's why these meetings are important. These masterminds, these Zoom meetings, these calls, right? And this is like a Zoom place. It's called Go Brunch, but it's not Zoom, but it's kind of like Zoom. But that's why it's so important to go to these things, because you can't get a course for the Amazon Influencer program. It's always changing, right? So the people that are doing it every day, people are reading their emails. Maybe you don't read every email, so you go to an hour meeting on Sunday nights and people talk about this is what happened this week, and you catch up with stuff. When I'm working in busy season, it's nice to sit down and be able to watch one of those and catch up with what's going on this week, and stuff like that. So that was basically all I had for today's live stream. Yeah, we don't have to show that anymore. Yeah, so we'll talk about the tools since we got some time, right? Now I could share my screen, but no, I don't want to really get into that. But like I heard the other day, somebody telling me that they're at a point where they can't afford to buy a tool, right? And it bothers me, because if you want to go into business, if you want to start a business, first of all, this is the only business you can ever start for free, right? With your phone that you already had in your pocket, and partnering with Amazon, the number one retailer online, and even YouTube, the number one search engine, or the number two search engine in the world. Those are pretty good partners to have, and have them for free. It doesn't cost you anything, right? And so it's a pretty good deal. Anyway, it's a pretty good deal. Where else can you do that? Where else can you just open up shop and partner with the best people, right? Well, that doesn't stop there, because even a carpenter needs to buy a hammer to go in business, right? If you're no matter what you do, if you want to, be in a bakery, you have to have an oven, right? So you have to buy something, you have to invest something, right? So, getting the tool is not unwise. It's a very wise decision to get stuff and especially if a tool makes you money. So if I buy a chainsaw, right, and I charge $100 to cut down a tree, the chainsaw cost me $150. I cut down 2 trees and I've already paid for the chainsaw. Now every tree I cut down is, profit, right? So, the same thing with Viral Vue, Oink, and all these other things. Now I have the link for Viral Vue. They have a Black Friday deal with a 7-day free trial. So yeah, let me talk about that. So they have a 7-day free trial. That's groundbreaking. They don't have it. They don't give it away. And they never have a free trial for the Pro plan. Okay, try out the Pro plan. Could you imagine how much money you can make in 7 days in Q4 with Viral Vue for free for 7 days? So you get the tool. The link is down there. Black Friday deal. Get the link, and then after that, you'll have the 10% for life off if you use my code. So get that in and get in there. Get the 7-day free trial. Use the tool. Watch my videos on all the tools that there is there, all the ways to make money with Viral Vue. It takes 7 days. Make some money with Viral Vue, and you'll see that it pays for itself. Okay, that by the time that 7 days is up, you'll have made more than $80. Okay, matter of fact, leave a comment if you haven't. If you had the tool and have not made $80 in a month, let me know that right now. I'd like to hear it. So get the Black Friday deal. Get the Black Friday deal, 7 days free. I can't imagine. I don't know what's wrong with those guys, because people are going to make so much money for free. It's going to be, well, I think people are going to keep it after that, because they're going to be like, oh my God, I'm making a lot of money here. Oh my God, I'm getting a lot of products here. Oh, this is great. No matter what your strategy is, Viral Vue can help you. And if you're a new influencer, you need Viral Vue, because it's going to start you off on the right foot with the product, with the purchase tool, right? The product purchase tool. They go through your purchase history and they rank all your stuff, and so you can do it in order of what's going to rank and make you money faster. And what make money faster? That's what it's all about, right? It's making money faster. So that's what it does. So the minute you get the tool, it's already going to help you start make money right from the jump, right from the jump, and then you can start moving on to anytime you have to buy something. You use the tool to find the product that's going to rank you in the carousel. Okay. And then create connections, which is the big thing right now. I'm making triple, quadruple, 10 times my commissions. So just imagine you're making 2 to 4% commissions right now on Amazon. If you're making a 20% commission with Viral Vue, so it's a $100 product, right? You can make $2 or you can make $20, right? So now if you went from making $2 to $20 on all your products, and what kind of jump is that in your earnings? Okay. I don't even know if that's 10 times. I think it's 10 times, so just to create connections alone, messaging brands and getting products that are ranking in the carousel, to get you to rank in the carousel, the products that are selling. Okay. And have monthly sales, because remember, if it's not selling, it's crap. And that's just like 3 of the tools that it has, right? Then it has optimizers, and you can go into video revival. So if you have videos like me, I've been around for 4 years. I have videos that used to make me money, and for whatever reason, they lost the ASIN. The ASIN went bad, or the product sold out, or for whatever reason, I stopped making money on the product. They'll alert that. And I'll be able to either change the title and thumbnail, or re-upload or attach a different ASIN to it, right? And that in itself earned me the $80 a month. that it paid for itself. So you do all of those things that Viral Vue, all those tools that Viral Vue has, and if you don't make the $80 a month back for the pro plan, let me know down, and I'll send you the $80. How about that? It's not going to happen. But the Black Friday deal, don't miss the Black Friday deal. 7-day free trial, right? I mean, that's 7-day free. They don't have this. They're not going to have it ever again, right? 7-day free trial. And I challenge you to make the $80 back in 7 days. Okay. That's a good challenge. All right. That's a good challenge. So here is the challenge. The challenge is take the 7-day free trial to Viral Vue for the Black Friday deal. Get the 7-day free trial, right? And if you don't make the $80 back in the 7 days, now, of course, you got to use the tool, right? I'll give you 10% off for life on Viral Vue. Leave me a comment down there below. So what do you think? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do for you. That's what I'm going to do for you. The Black Friday deal, you're going to get a 7-day free trial, which is unbelievable. They don't do free trials. You're going to make the $80 back in that, just from the creative connections and just from all the stuff that they have, like I just mentioned, ways to make money with the tool. So you can take the free trial, and before the free trial is up, you'll have made the first month's payment back. So it pays for itself. I guarantee you it pays for itself. These tools are well worth it. And I'm picking Viral Vue, but I use the other tools too. I use Oink. I use IPX. And I'm trying to think if I used to use Helium 10. I don't use it so much anymore. There's a couple other ones that I used to use that I don't use anymore, but just because I got sidetracked on these other ones. But they all do good at what they do. You just have to figure out what strategies are you using, and does it do what you need it to do, and can you afford to not to have it? Because like I said, you can't afford not to have a tool that's going to 10 times your income, right? Just 10 times your income. That's crazy. So I can't say it enough. It's going to 10 times your income. I think. Can I do this?
You can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth.
I got to take this out of here. That's what I got to do. Take that out of there. Uh-oh. Let's get rid of Jack. All right.
What the hell was that? What the hell was that?
A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Yeah, so take advantage of that Black Friday deal. I'm gonna probably sign off here in a second. Take the advantage of the Black Friday deal for Viral Vue, 7-day free. Okay, guarantee you're gonna make the pro plan, the $80 back in the 7 days if you use the tool. Just in creative connections alone, because the other thing it does, and I don't believe that I didn't say it already, it'll go through all of your videos and opt you into every campaign for creative connections. And you can also go back to the 30 days or 48 hours is really what you can do. And anything that was sold, you can get the commissions for it. So, and you can do that. And they have what's called halo sales, which it gets better and better and better and better. So they have halo sales where if you're going to get the halo sale commission anyway. So if they go looking for a dock, right, something to plug their thing in, right, but they don't buy this, let's say that they buy a cord instead, right, something else in that category, you'll get the commission for that. Then that's a halo sale. But you won't get the Creative Connections commission for that unless you opt in to the campaign. Now you don't have a video, you don't have content for that, but you're gonna get the credit for it. You're gonna get the commission for it. It's called halo sale, and all you gotta do is push a button every 2 days on Viral Vue, and you're gonna get all those sales. Now, the other day I got 67 extra sales. Okay, so I mean, I don't talk money, right, so much, but just 67 extra sales that day was was a big deal. And it wasn't that day, it was for 48 hours, so it was split into 2 days. But it's a big deal. It makes a big deal in your commissions, right? And it all boils down to, is the product selling? If it's not selling, it's crap. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. So that'll be that. And yeah, I'm going to sign off. We're going to have a good time. And maybe I'll go live over the weekend. We'll see what happens. We're going to probably do some. Oh, wait, let me put this up there. So that's the focus group, Sunday nights, the Sunday night focus group. I'm not sure if that's the conference room or the lobby. So there's a lobby, you can go in, and from the lobby you can go to all the other rooms. And one of the rooms is the conference room. And so like the lobby has like 10 seats in it. The conference room has like 80 seats or something like that. So if there's more than 5 or 6 people, we go to the conference room, but we'll probably be in the lobby at first. Yeah, and check that out. Check that out Sunday nights, 9:00 Eastern time. Okay, 9:00 Eastern time. And I'll see you next Tuesday.